1, blah, 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 2, blah, 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 3, Nevada, count them votes. Welcome back to the Explain That podcast, guys. The podcast where we go through each other's internet search histories to find out how terrible we really are. On my right, my usual sus. What do you want?
That wasn't the song at all.
No, I don't.
That's not Brian McKnight at all.
I don't care. I don't care.
Is that a remix?
It is a remix, but the song kind of sucks.
The song is kind of cool. I like that song.
It's not great.
It's been at so many weddings.
It's a bajillion.
Yeah, every wedding. And it crosses color boundaries. It's at white weddings. It's at black weddings. It's never like
but step 4 is just to repeat steps 1 through 3, and that's ridiculous.
Yeah, and then he goes, whenever I believe my work is done, now start back at 1. In actuality, he could start back at 4
because you just repeated it. That's how you shampoo your hair. You just heard Chris Bazemore,
aka
aka
Thicky Smalls, aka Bald Spot Poppy.
You done?
AKA not your baby father, because I can't afford to be.
And in between us, we have fellow comedian Sarah Garner. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing great, guys. That is a song that transcends everything.
Yeah, I've heard that so many times.
I didn't put it together, but is it about sex?
I think it's about love, so sex is a part of love, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You have to make love eventually.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's
feel
like a wedding first dance song, right?
For sure. I've seen that dance. I've only been to one wedding. Ironically, the last time you was on the show, there was the show right after I went to a wedding.
I remember that. We talked about the wedding.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, shit.
I've only ever been to one wedding.
That's the only one?
And it's been and it was a white wedding. I would love to go to a black wedding. No. A journey for the first dance.
Yeah, that's
Journey.
It
was a white wedding?
Yeah.
Okay,
it wasn't Journey for the first dance, but it was like that came up immediately after.
Oh, of course it does. Well, it's usually white people dancing to Uptown Funk for the first dance. And then
they did have like a like the bachelor like bachelors and the bachelorettes, I guess is their names.
They do a choreographed
situation.
Do that.
It was like to that.
It's because we can't actually dance, and so they're like, let's hire professionals.
And they did like this choreographed thing to Uptown Funk, and I was like, just ruin Uptown Funk for me.
Oh, that has been ruined for me for a long time.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I think that's a great fucking
Uptown,
song.
You know how parents fucking ruin Facebook?
Yeah.
That's what they did to Uptown Funk.
Well, parents also did that.
Incredible speed.
How many weddings have you been to, Sarah?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, so many fucking weddings. Oh my God, so many. I'm 33 and
look
from
good
the Midwest.
it.
Thank you so much. I look amazing. Looking young. I like
it's
to
called
now.
exfoliating, guys.
They just said that I look young, so now I'm going to drop it so everyone believes that.
At every point, you should just say that. It doesn't matter what it's about.
I've been to a lot of weddings. I've actually been a bridesmaid 10 times.
Get the fuck out of here.
So like that's like extra going to the wedding. Then that's not, and then I've been to a bunch of other weddings.
Have you ever have you been engaged?
No, I've never been engaged. No.
Always the bridesmaid, never the bride.
And never,
that's
you know what?
Sad.
Also never the maid of honor, which I think is bullshit because I'm like likable, but not that much.
And you're a comedian, so I would think that they would want you to do the speech.
So my best friend from home, who we've been friends since we were like 10, the person who introduced her to her husband now, she did a speech. And I was like, fine, we'll allow it because she knows both of them. But I did before the wedding. We got super drunk and we were like, you at a wedding when you're a bridesmaid, you sit around all fucking day because you have to get like your hair done and your like makeup done and like
ass cracking dawn.
You're there all day and then there's nothing to do because you're like sitting in a room most of the time, and so you're just like drinking half the time because you're like, this is so boring. And so I punched up her speech. We went into another room.
You punched up the speech.
Nice.
And I wrote jokes for the speech.
You
and
got
so I feel
writer's
like,
credit.
Dude, right?
That's awesome.
Yeah, so I felt good about that. I was like, you know what? I'm using my skills and talents for my friend here.
Next time, if I'm ever a host of a show that you're on, I'm going to bring you up. It's like, you might have seen her from Samantha's wedding. Helping.
In Toledo, Ohio.
That's great. Do you feel as though weddings are overrated?
I don't like them. I think it's a weird, archaic tradition that we still do that's centuries old. Like the part where the father gives away his daughter. That the fossils to that whole ritual is so old, and I'm gonna sound like a patriarchal. Like it's weirdly fucked up, but we still do it.
Yeah.
Like I said this to a friend of mine. She's very liberal, very very progressive. She was like, "No, that it's super fucked up. But I will stab a motherfucker if they try to take away my wedding day."
Really?
Yeah.
That's
sure, but
so
I do
funny.
get it.
Like she gets why it's fucked up, but she's like,
Women-
I want my day as a princess.
Tradition.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's kind of what we were talking about, like tradition over like practicality, right? Like you shouldn't technically wash chicken according to people, but
According to
tradition
science.
says you wash chicken. Do you wash your chicken?
Of course I wash my chicken. Okay. Here's my thought on. I have so many thoughts on weddings. I've been to so many.
Get them off.
Oh, okay, I never want to have an actual wedding. I'm like going to the courthouse. Here's my ideal wedding, and my girlfriend and I have actually like talked about if this would ever happen. Like long. This is what we would want. We would want to. It's like a courthouse situation, and then rent out a karaoke bar, and everyone does karaoke all night and gets wasted, and that would be my ideal wedding situation.
Sounds cheap too.
Sounds cheap.
Yeah.
Okay, because
Yes, that's another thing I fucking hate
they're
about the wedding
so-
industry. It's an industry.
I mean, $20,000 like minimum for a wedding. Like you can put a down payment on a house with that.
You can buy
$20,000.
land.
It's $50,000 in New York.
Oh, I'm
Men
sure.
on the low end.
Yeah.
And that's basically you're drinking Capri
That
Suns.
you
Yeah.
Capri
That's
Sun,
like
some little
cash
Debbie
bar.
cakes, and you rented out a gazebo in Prospect Park.
That's yeah. So it's so expensive.
50,000.
It's so patriarchal. And the whole thing, it's heteronormative, it's patriarchal. The whole idea of like being a princess, is bullshit. It's one day for a lot of money that you could buy a house for, and
Not in New York.
not in New York. No. You can never.
Can't-
No
you
one.
can't even
We're never
buy
going to
a-
own property
a
in New York.
goddamn patio.
But like, your father has to give you to another man. That's such a freaking bullshit.
So for me, I kind of dig about that thing. I get why it's wrong, but I kind of think in a weird way, and maybe this is me needing to check my privilege, right? But I think in a weird way it is like the changing of the guards in a way. It's like, look, she is with
It's
you.
your problem.
She is with you. Do not call me no more.
Now she cleans your toilets.
If she needs money, she comes to you, sir. Like, so that's kind of how I took it. I never looked at it in the sense of how you guys are saying it.
Mm-hmm.
I always took it was just like, look, that's your problem. I had her for however many years. It's your turn.
I hope you don't marry somebody who's a problem.
Well,
Okay, I don't want a wedding of my own. I never want a wedding of my own. It's going to be karaoke party if it ever happens.
I hope we're invited.
Of course, and it's going to be open invite. I don't want to try to like rank my friends and like invite. Like that's so fucked up, right? And
Nah,
so
some friends should be ranked.
really.
Some friends are
Oh.
only good for certain things.
I want the messy ones to come. I want the messy ones to come because they're the fun ones. I
I
hate
want all the responsible ones. I want the Chris's of the world.
the thing is, I don't
Both
give wedding
Chris's.
gifts.
Huh?
I don't give wedding gifts.
Oh, you don't?
Hell no.
Because that's also
He
fucking
doesn't even say
expensive.
happy birthday.
That's
No.
the only reason.
He's not going to give you a wedding
That's one
gift.
of the only reasons I would want to get married is to get some sick.
Oh yeah, no. If
cookware.
I'm having a wedding, motherfuckers are bringing gifts. I'm not bringing no
like
gifts.
Now
crate
that I
and
know
barrel
that, you're
shit.
not getting shit. That vest I just bought you,
I'll go,
consider
to,
that that's it.
I'll go to Pottery Barn for you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I don't want a wedding of my own.
Uh-huh.
Want to be invited to every single wedding. I
Yeah.
love going to weddings
All right.
because I love cute dresses.
Cute dresses.
I
are
love
always
to
dope.
like find a cute dress to rent, and work it and like have an excuse to look nice. And I love drinking. And it's
Cheers.
like
Yeah.
that's literally the only fucking
Cheers to that.
when you're a guest, that's your role.
Yeah.
To be really fun and very drunk and like hit that buffet real hard and like dance
You guys
a little
had a
bit.
buffet.
I've had a few at a buffet. Yeah.
The weddings I've been to had like the you got a menu of like 3 things.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
fish
yeah.
and chicken.
Those aren't as fun.
Fish and chicken. I said
Fish or chicken.
Yeah.
I went to a white wedding.
Oh, so there was
so it
vegetarian.
It was a vegetarian option.
Meatloaf.
Meatloaf. Yes.
Yeah, there's
It was
beef,
meatloaf.
chicken, and vegetarian.
Green bean casserole, meatloaf.
I think it was green bean casserole.
Oh my God.
God damn, were you there too?
No, yeah, that was my wedding. You didn't bring me a gift.
And I better be a best man because I want to give a speech about how you used to be.
Won't be the best man.
I want to just give a speech about how you used to, do nasty things like have sex in bathrooms, and you deserve love now.
I've never done
did
that
you
ever.
have sex in bathrooms?
I've only ever had sex in places where you're supposed to have sex. Beds,
Movie
couches,
theaters.
In the back seat of cars.
That's not where you're supposed to have sex.
I think, then why does my seat fold down?
I've sat in the back seat of your car. I don't like that at all.
Was that what?
I didn't like that.
Huh?
In the back seat of your car?
Oh, there's no way we can have sex in my car. There's,
Yeah,
there's
you're-
too
you
much of
got-
both of us.
Yeah, you
First of
guys
all,
wouldn't fit.
No, we not even into that because he's too big, and I could do better if I was.
Yeah,
You like
I
them
also
little.
could do better.
I would. You can't.
I can.
This is your peak. What's your deep dive for the week?
My deep dive of the week. Here we go.
Oh,
Okay.
yes.
As the poll is up, and you're not going to talk about
I'm trying to do both things.
He's looking at the election.
Because we're
results.
on like day 6 of the election day. We're on Groundhog's Day.
We can't fucking stop.
So my deep dive starts with I was on TikTok, the
Okay.
bane of my existence. I hate TikTok, but I also can't stay off of TikTok.
Sure.
Same.
It's like a canker sore. Like it's painful. I hate it, but like I'm gonna poke it with my tongue. And I
Yeah.
can't help but go on the shit. But I'm on
get it.
TikTok, and it's one of those voiceovery ones, like the Sarah Cooper style things. And the original video is Tamar Braxton
I like her.
when she was on The Real.
I also
And the
like her.
question posed to her by Lonnie Love is, if your ex is in a good place, they're getting married or something good happens to them, do you send them well wishes?
Was it amicable how we broke up?
You're adding variables. Just an open
Yeah,
question.
Wait.
Because
what?
there should be variables.
There should be variables, but immediately Tamar Braxton's answer is hell no. I believe her answer is absolutely, positively no. And she said none of my exes. And the response after that was like, I'm too petty, and I would never do that ever. Adrian Bayan then tries to step in and goes, well, what if it was just like something that just didn't work out, but you're still really good? And Tamar's like, well, if it was that good, why we ain't together no more? That's basically her whole argument. I see something on your mind. What do you got?
No, go. No. I want to hear your thoughts. I have follow-up questions.
Because
think-
I'm friends with almost all of my exes. We
So
have
you
some
would-
sort of friendship or cordial
You would
thing.
send
Really?
well wishes.
Yeah, like not even well wishes. With several of my exes, we on some sort of frequency reach out to each other and go, "Hey, how you doing? How's New York? How's Texas? How's Brooklyn? How's
Those
San
very
Antonio?
specific places.
How's Chicago?" Because I mean, I was just
What does your current girlfriend think of that?
she's fine with it. She knows. She knows.
Is she
she'll-
fine with it?
Yeah.
Or does she say she's fine with it?
Like I will
She's
show
not
her.
fine with it.
I don't think she's fine
I
with
will
it.
show her responses from one of my ex-girlfriends and be like, "Hey, look at this."
Oh, I would fuck those hoes up.
Oh goodness.
I would fuck them up. I would be like, I'm sorry. I would be like, okay, honey, that's fine.
I only like women that would fuck up the hoes.
I would.
Like that's amazing.
I would be on their Instagrams at 3 a.m. being like, fuck this bitch.
Yeah, for
fuck
real.
this bitch.
I think it should be variables because how you broke up should. If you see, it seems like to me you guys broke up pretty like, all right, this isn't working out. Blah
Right.
blah. So if you find like you don't have any ill will, but like if she fucked your brother, I'm not gonna wish her well.
Well, yeah, no, if that, right. But that's my sort of thing with Tamara. She was just like blanket, no, none of them.
I do think if you're in a relationship, it should be a conversation. You should table that. You should table it. You'd be like, hey, look, I just got via Facebook that my ex is getting married. I don't hate her. Can I just say like, yeah, congratulations? That's it. Is that? I'm not even gonna DM. I'm gonna put it on the underneath the wedding ring photo or whatever. And I was like, is that okay? I think it should be tabled. Because in my life, I have not tabled a lot of things. And be like, oh, that was a problem? I didn't know I wasn't supposed to put my dick there. Like, I shouldn't have fucked her.
Well, that was different though. that was your penis.
You should ask before you
Same.
put your dick most places.
Yeah, but like,
You should definitely table that. You should ask
Table
that
your
one.
dick.
should I fuck my ex? So I can't go to them and be like, so like my ex DM'd me, hey, big head. I was wondering.
If you don't know, that's code. Right. That's code for.
It's about a penis?
No.
Is that what-
Hey,
oh,
big
no.
head is a very.
It's about a penis?
Hey, big head is basically a very coy way of being like, hey, what's up? Let's hang out. In
Yeah.
short.
Oh,
Yeah.
It's a very coy way to flirt in a weird way.
Yeah.
I've never heard that.
Well, yeah,
Oh.
that comes up often.
Well, what is well wishes? Does well wishes mean like a wedding gift?
Hell
or
no.
like
wedding
the
gift of
like
congratulations.
okay,
I'm talking
Liking a
just
post.
congratulations.
if I
Or
am
liking
the
the post.
ex,
Well, I understand that they're okay. Go ahead, Solomon.
if I'm liking the if I am the ex
Mhm.
that is getting the well wishes, I don't care. Like I don't
Yeah.
care what you think about my new relationship. Like I'm not looking for approval
From you.
Like
Yeah.
we broke up. Like there was a reason we broke up. I actually
sure.
don't care if you think congratulations. Like you can think in your brain congratulations and like think about it and be like good, sending good vibes into the universe, like whatever. But I don't like
It doesn't mean
I
shit.
don't like if you feel pressure to wish me well wishes, like you're good on that. Like I don't care whether you approve or not, you know?
I respect that. I respect the hell out of that because I honestly, my last ex got in a relationship, and a piece of me was like, "Congratulations!" In my head, never sent her anything.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have any beef, but it's just like, why? You don't need to know.
I don't think people often send congratulations when someone's in a relationship. Like, hey, you date someone else.
Hey.
Congrats. You got over me, finally.
Someone doesn't hate you.
So why'd you make me vain?
You're finally over this. Congrats. I guess therapy's working.
Oh, she might have therapy. She might be in therapy, guys.
Everyone should be in therapy, normalize therapy.
I don't have
But I also find it interesting when like people to that extent, when guys or I guess significant others get in trouble when they do something as simple as like an ex's post or like an attractive person's post. I've never experienced it. I've only seen it. I have.
It depends on the
Really?
post. Well, I remember the one I'm thinking about, I was also really young. Well, really young meaning like 10 years ago, I was like 18. So I was 18. I was young, dumb. I just started, using my penis and stuff. So I didn't make the best decisions.
Right.
And I'm a man, so, those two combined things is the worst. And my ex at the time posted a picture that was a little scandalous, a little provocative, and I liked it. And then her, the person I was with at the time, her debate was, you didn't like any of her other pictures. You specifically liked this one. She has pictures of her with her mother. You didn't like that. It's like, you don't know if I like that mother. Like, it might be a personal
I hate her
beef.
mother.
Yeah. And she was like, you didn't like any of her regular pictures. You like the one when she's like skimpily dressed. Why? And I was just like, it's a nice picture. I'm really
Is
liking
that
it.
really all the thought that
I
goes
really
into
was.
it?
Well, I started blanking out because I was 18. I'm not gonna listen. And I know in my head I was just like, I don't think what I did is wrong. I didn't like it, then follow up with a DM, or I didn't like it and follow up with like a big head or anything.
Yeah.
No, I just liked it and I scrolled past it. I might have like did this to look at it closer. I might have
She
did
did
that.
some zooming,
I did some zooming, but I didn't like.
some cropping.
I was like, yo, boy. I mean, if she looked like that back in the day, we might still have a thing. Turned to an old man named Gary. But other than that, like I just left it. I was like, oh, that's dope, booty, and I like got over it. And it was an issue, and it became an issue that was recurring because she brought it up again. For something, wow. She like found the way to put it in. I was in her house, and I didn't close like the microwave door, and she was like, "Oh, you like bitches' pictures, and you don't close my." It's like those two things don't
two
go
big
together.
offenses, to be
Yeah.
honest.
Closed microwave door guy.
Okay, I don't think you did anything wrong. I don't think there was anything like it is not an egregious thing. It's not something that you did wrong. I just don't understand why you felt the need to do it. Like this bitch doesn't care about you liking her photo.
For
like
sure,
I
didn't even respond
you know
to
what
it.
I mean?
Never even hit me up like.
yeah, and
I
so
see,
like
I see
what
you see
is
me.
to me it's like a cost benefit analysis. Like I can like this person's post, and if it's somebody you don't know, it's like who cares? Everybody needs to relax,
Sure.
right? If it's somebody that you've been involved with and there might be feelings there and there could be somebody misinterpreting what's going on, in my mind, it's like it's just easier to not like it and not have the fight, right? Like
Yeah.
I can do my partner the solid of being like, you know what? I actually don't feel the need to like someone who now is quite inconsequential in my life to like their random bikini pic. You know what I mean? Like, I don't feel the need to do that.
I didn't realize the fallout until I got older, and I was like, you know what? It also made her feel insecure, which I think as a man or just anyone in a relationship, your job is to, protect your significant other. Mm-hmm. And that's not just a physical thing. That's also like her emotions. Mm-hmm. I say her because that's what I did. So, but anything, right? Anyone you think, you're supposed to protect their emotions, their feelings, their mental capacity, like everything. So in my head, by doing that made her feel insecure. One, she never did pictures like that. So now she's like, this is what you like, this is what you're into. Oh, you want to go back? And now she's in her head about it. And I'm like, I just liked the picture and thought about her for a moment. But then it was one time we were having sex and she brought it up again.
During sex?
She's like, I feel like, because I guess maybe I was drinking underage. I don't know. But the sex was different. And it was like very soon after that. And she was like, you're probably thinking about her. And I'm like, I'm not. Now I am. But it's like, I wasn't even thinking, but I didn't realize that she was insecure in that moment. And I just compounded on that. Yeah. So and it wasn't worth that. That wound up leading, being a part of the reason. That was like the genesis to our demise. Yeah.
I feel for both of you in this situation. Like both of you.
Yeah, I was innocent.
Like you were just made a stupid fucking impulsive move that like everybody does, and you double tap, and it's like if it was gone out of your mind probably then. And then for her, I don't know if she's anything like me, and not all people are the same, right? But I mean, it is like, what can I hate about myself today? And like, let me think about the 5,000 million things that I can hate about myself today, this hour, this second. Why am I inadequate? Why am I terrible? Why is whoever loves me going to leave me? Like, why am I like undeserving of love? And so then like that can create its own monster. Yeah. And so like you guys both had this like these things that had actually nothing to do with each other that actually like blew up in 100%. Your face, and that just sucks for both of you.
It was worth it in a way because it taught me. I felt like me going through it, like when I say 18, I might have been like 20, but like going
Still
through
dumb.
it, young versus going through it now. I'm like, now I understand. Now I realize like, it's not worth, like the fallout of this isn't going to be worth it. Mm-hmm. It's just like, I just rather not like it and be like, that's a cool picture. And like, she's not in my head. I liked it in my head. She can't, I double tapped in my head and then I left it alone. I don't think I even thought about it afterwards. Like it wasn't even one of those things. I think someone else brought it up to me like, hey, you seen your ex? I don't know why he was scratching his chest. It's my friend. I was an old man named Gary. He was like, he was Rufus. Gary and Rufus. That was a band back in the day. And he was like, yo, you seen your ex? I was like, yeah. Okay, well, we gonna play basketball, man? What the hell? Like, it's not worth it. So if you're ever in that situation, don't do it.
Friends at home, just weigh the costs and benefits of are you gonna hurt somebody?
True.
And like, is the double tap really worth the hurt? I don't know if it is, but some people are like, ooh, that's controlling me, and it's like, is that really gonna make or break your fucking life?
If my double tap of something that minuscule and small is gonna bother you that much, then we probably shouldn't be dating.
Well, and then maybe she needs therapy also, and we all need therapy, right? We all need that.
Well, you are pro-therapy.
Yeah, fuck yeah, I am. It's a family business, okay?
I was about to say, like, you're pro-therapy to the point where I'm like, I don't think she's a comedian. I think she's just trying to heal us. like she came, she was like, who's the most broken people I can find?
Yeah, here they are.
And then she went to one open mic and was like, Jesus Christ, they're over. It's over.
Okay, so that train of thought led me into my deep dive.
That wasn't the deep dive?
Wait, we didn't dive?
No, it wasn't.
Oh, shit.
That was the deep dive.
I just told you where this all started.
Grab your oxygen tank.
We had a therapy session.
I thought that was the deep dive.
That was not the deep dive. See,
God.
the deep dive starts with, I'm friends with my exes, and then it went to the old epistemological question of, can men and women be friends?
Oh, fuck, Harry Met Sally.
When Harry Met Sally. That is the actual deep dive.
I wish you wouldn't have paused.
I love that. No, Are we still going to dive into it?
Yes.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
I took it from two different angles. I took one, what psychologists and sociologists say.
Love it.
And then I sort of did like a thumbing poll of Reddit and other threads to see what consensus is.
Hold on 1 second. Hold that thought. Well, sorry about that. Little technical difficulties. What were you saying about your deep dive that you didn't specify in the beginning?
Well, I was getting to it.
No, I love it.
I opened up a whole can of worms.
a lot of feelings.
Yeah, a lot of feelings.
A lot of feelings.
Sarah goes through a lot in the first 30 minutes of the day.
I really do.
Sure.
Yeah, I was like-
Thinking that I don't love myself. Like,
Yeah, that was a
I
lot,
caught
lady.
that, and I was just
Oh.
like, Jesus.
That's before 7 a.m.
And then she signs
That's a
into
full
it.
90
Then she
minutes
goes
before
to
I'm
work.
awake.
Yeah.
So, can women be friends is what we're getting after today in the deep dive. And I want to look at this from a sociological standpoint, maybe psychologically, and then just what consensus is, right?
Okay.
So, in this article, one, they do reference When Harry Met Sally, literally within the first 4 words. Have you seen When Harry Met Sally? So when
Okay,
they
Christmas
first, go
time.
ahead.
Come over and watch it. It's so funny.
It's one of my favorite
movie.
rom-coms of all time.
Mm-hmm.
You want to hear my favorite? One of my favorites? 51st Dates.
Oh, that's
Oh,
a good one
that's
too.
cute.
That's a
That's
good one too.
That's a good one.
It's a good one.
So Billy Crystal and Meg Ryan, they're on the way to New York, and basically he tells her, this is all we're gonna do. This ride is it. Men and women can't be friends because there's always this air of sex between sexual relationships.
Sure.
So that's the concept. So historically, there's a clear answer to the question. No, men and women can't be friends because there weren't opportunities. When you go back into the in time, men did men things, women did women things, and that was pretty much it. You can go as far back as fucking cavemen. Men went and hunted and gathered, or men hunted, women did things, whatever.
That's wow that you
So
say that. But I was
interesting.
just looking at some shit about like the Aztecs and how they lived.
Right.
And it was like, yeah, when they got to a certain age, boys would go to like military school or like trade school essentially, and then learn how to be like, if they were from a certain class, they'll learn how to farm, blah, blah,
Right.
blah. And then women or girls went straight to like house duties and stuff of that nature. And it started like what would be, I guess, kindergarten, first grade. That's
Sure.
when they started doing the
Right.
separation. That's very early.
Yeah.
When you think about it, it's like, all right, you got to learn how to cook rice. You got to stab.
Right. And that's it.
Yeah.
So historically, the answer is, I mean, even if you go like not too far back in history, where like only men were going to college,
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
that's
women
not
were
too
only
far.
Well,
staying
and
at
there were
home and
women's
raising.
colleges.
Right. But it was very specific
was it,
things you
yeah.
could do. So historically, no. So the
Sewing
concept
majors.
of right. So the concept of this question doesn't really have any push and pull on it until we get closer to today, where women are going to college, we're intermingling in the workplace, blah yada yada. So what they did was a study
Love a study.
in the University of Wisconsin. They did 88
Go
pairs
Badgers.
of intersexual relations, and they interviewed them all.
Big Ten.
And basically, what they found is, it depends. That's the answer.
But that's
And-
really the answer.
It is the answer overall. But what they found with their research was that almost all of the women, the answer was yes, men and women can be friends. My friend who I brought here is my friend. It's platonic completely. They're not blah, blah, blah. And on average, the men were a lot more likely to be like, men and women can be friends, but the girl I came with, yeah, I either find her attractive or I have feelings, blah, blah, blah. So women were more likely to sustain the idea that men and women can be friends because their friend that they brought, which is a platonic friendship, but the men were more likely to be into their girlfriend.
Oh, this track's so hard.
Yeah, no, that makes total sense.
That
That-
fucking
that makes absolute sense.
Shit.
And then sociologically, when you move, and they even sort of track it through time. And this is where I sort of disagree with the study, and it could be anecdotal to how
You
I
grew up.
experienced it,
Yeah.
right? Because they say when you're younger, it's easier to have platonic friendships with the opposite sex in high school and in college because there's just far more people. When you get older,
I disagree.
again, I also disagree. Their thing was when you get older, they say you're more likely to have non-platonic friendships of this nature after you're married.
That's
Because then it becomes
Yeah.
a grass is on the greener on the other
Yeah.
pasture sort of thing.
pasture. Y'all don't say side.
I meant to say that. so sociologically, the answer is it depends. But consensus shows through surveys, it's yes for some, it's no for others based on how they react.
How do you feel about that?
So interesting. It's funny. I'm turning it over my head. I think I have in comedy, there are just more men. And so I feel like I do have more like men that I hang out with, but I'd say, yeah, right? Like, there's no fucking happening here.
No. Right.
And
well, I mean, us.
No.
You will be involved. Yeah, you got
yeah,
go.
right?
I can do much better.
And so
Is it because I like?
you guys are such a cute couple, though.
Is it because I like someone else's picture?
Yeah, you double tapped another Chris's picture, Chris.
This is
Chris
the
Hamilton?
therapy.
Yeah, you double tap Chris Hamilton's picture one more
no.
time, and it's on.
But he's handsome.
He is a good-looking man.
Oh man. Okay.
Cheating on me?
I wish.
I think you can be friendly with people from the but
Sure.
but really close friends, every very close male, I've had maybe like 4 close straight male friends in my life, and I have a lot of gay male friends.
Sure.
And I've had maybe 4 very close straight male friends in my life, and like best friends. And every time after like a few years, they're like, "Oh no, I actually
Like you?
like I'm in love with you."
I'm in love with you.
Like legit, like not even like I want to fuck or like let's try this out. It's like, no, I'm in love with you, and like I get it because like
You're awesome, right?
But but every single time I'm like, oh, it's never been like that.
Right.
But I'm like, oh, that happened to When Harry Met Sally is probably one of my favorite top 5 movies of all time, and I'm like, maybe that's what I should be doing. And fun fact, I'm not in a heterosexual relationship, but my girlfriend and I were best friends for 4 years before we started dating.
I do think being friends first helps the relationship, because I think you guys get to kind of see the throes of it.
You already know the
everything.
infrastructure.
Yeah.
So you kind of know what you're
worst.
signing up
Right.
for. And then getting in a relationship with someone after that, it kind of works a little bit better, it seems. But I do think immediately when you meet someone, you categorize them. You go, I want to have sex, or boom. So even if you're not actively pursuing that, you're like, I would have sex with that person.
Well, so I think that's
And
a
then
good distinction between would and want to. Like with I have a bajillion girlfriends and close ones.
It's not that many people in the world.
You're so popular.
Yeah, for real.
I have
Have you been a bridesmaid 10 times too?
I can't wait to be a bridesmaid. Like if I don't live Winston from New Girl's Life and become a bridesman, I'm gonna be so mad. I have a lot of very close girlfriends.
Yeah.
I'm gonna live
You're
that
in.
life at some point. It's a factor of would or want to. Like my girlfriends are attractive. Would I sleep with them if the occasion arose? Probably, yeah. They're good looking. But do I want to? No, not actively.
Why don't you
But
want to?
and that's the thing. I feel like men, we always do that. You put it to the side, and then like an opportunity comes.
Well, I think
and you're like, all right.
I think it's more close to hers where they're harboring something. It's not a would or want to. It's I want to. I'm not acting on it.
If I want to, then I want to. I don't want to go through this ruse of
Yeah.
like, oh, I'm just going to be your friend and blah, blah.
Fucked up.
No,
Right,
I'd
right.
rather let my intentions be known and see what happens from there versus actually going and being your friend for 4 years. And then now it went from me going, you know what? I actually do want to fuck you to now I'm like, I could marry this one. Because now I got to know you. Like you said, I saw the infrastructure. I got to see the inside. You came to me crying before. I came to you with my issues. We know how we handle things. You've given me advice. I've given you advice. And then it's always that thought of like, I did want to fuck her. So now it's like, you did that. I super want to have sex. But I also want to do it and
Super want to have sex. Like
I just want to be loved and have sex.
yeah, now I want to hug you after.
Honestly, when it happened in those situations, it actually felt terrible. It was like, it was and I talk to one of them still occasionally.
Would you tell him congratulations?
No.
That double tapping shit.
No. He like called me on mushrooms like a few weeks ago, and I was like, "What the fuck?"
I feel like that was a test.
Yeah, right. Okay.
As a man, I know a test.
And so like, I remember feeling like blindsided, and also like, oh, you've just actually. I mean, I don't know if this is the case. I can't speak for them, but was this all a fucking lie? Like, you were just my friend because actually you wanted to not just be my friend? And maybe that's like, that's placing things into only two categories, and there are more things. Like, I don't know.
Sure.
But it did feel like, oh, so we can't be friends anymore because like you want to fuck now? Like, that's bullshit.
I do think
I was
that's
mad.
weird. Yeah. I can't be friends with an ex afterwards. Sometimes, I would say for the most part, I can be cordial. Like if I see you out, I'll say hi. I can't be your best friend, especially if we were like in love or dating or whatever. Then it's like, I don't want to. Now you're coming to me like, yo, this dude, biggest dick I've ever seen. I'm like, hey, protect my feelings. The second biggest, and so it's like certain things like I don't want to be your friend, and it's hard. It's like I seen you as this, like especially if you start a certain way. It's like I seen you as a lover from the beginning. Now you're talking about, hey buddy, let's go to a Nets game. It's like, no, I want to hold you still. Like, I got feelings.
And if you hurt me,
I push it down.
Yeah, push it down. Don't go to therapy. Just push your feelings down. Sorry, Sarah.
Yeah, no. I mean, I also do that.
You almost caught me slipping.
Exactly.
Almost caught me slipping.
Just push it down and die at 48, dog.
Let it out,
I'm
baby.
going to do some push-ups.
Let it out. I have too much hate. If somebody hurt me, I have too much hate in my heart for them. Sorry. Like, no.
I am 0 to 100.
If you don't love me, like, unconditionally, I have hate in my heart.
I know this is a different thing, but you brought that up. I don't think there's no such thing as unconditional love. Do you
Sure,
agree?
no, that's insane. That's, yeah.
It's always conditions.
Every love has a condition. Yeah, it's...
It's always conditions.
I hate my heart for both of you.
You literally just go, all right, lay that concept you just said. Get that shit out of here.
Fuck you both. I'm kidding.
would you still
there are
love-
conditions. No, there are conditions.
Yeah.
I get
would
that.
you still love them if they cheat on you?
All right, it's sort of like a phrase. It's a turn of phrase.
I'll have hate in my heart.
Yeah, you'd be like, I hate you forever.
I am a petty bitch for sure.
I can be petty. I remember once I found out that my ex got with someone that was short. And I just started making short jokes about him. And I was like, oh, who's going to reach the cereal boxes? Who's going to do that?
Oh.
Yeah. And I was like, and then she like put me in place. She was like, he has a 401k. And I was like,
he'll pay a guy to get the cereal.
and at the time I didn't have a job. And I was just like, good decision. You made the best decision. Out of your options, he was like, he has a 401k, and this is the first time I ever heard he owns a condo. I was like, oh, I thought you rent those.
It's true.
And he's like, he owns a condo. I was like, yeah, girl, go with him. Fuck that cereal box. Like, when y'all get married, I'm going to buy y'all a step stool. I want to see this work.
What do you think? You obviously think they can be friends.
Oh, of course. Well, I feel like it's always going to be anecdotal. But like my thing, because like looking at the study, where all the girls are like, no, that's just my friend, and all the guys secretly are harboring feelings. You see, my self-esteem is so low, I would never begin to develop feelings because why would she like be into me? No, not even that I want to get hurt. It's like I'm not attractive. I'm assuming
She's
her
gonna feel the
stance.
same. Yeah.
Right. So like, why
I've
would
been
she
there.
have feelings for me? I look like Fred Flintstone's Puerto Rican. Like we're just friends. That's all it is.
Kinda.
Yeah.
Aww.
Right.
I feel like you pedal with your feet.
I do. More maybe Barney Rubble. I'm not that
Yeah,
tall.
a little bit.
But yeah, no, it's like
could
I
get
just
it.
assume she would never, and then she already doesn't, according to the study. So we're already where we are.
Yeah, I've had those moments.
And of course there's the would want, but like, are you attractive? Sure. Would I? Of course. If whatever happened, but I've never had a one night stand. So why would things change
True.
now? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So and
Oh,
do
so
so
you
do
don't
I.
count your whole phase
I didn't have a whole phase
when you was fucking in bathrooms?
I never did. That was not me.
That was full of you. Lost a job, fucking in bathrooms and everything.
I have never lost a
His
job.
boss walked in.
Yeah, terrible human.
So consensus on Reddit and other threads.
Okay.
So we have what sociologists believe, basically. Reddit threads.
Hell no.
I mean,
get that shit out my face.
What kind of sample is
I
this?
went through 6 threads.
Okay.
With probably something close to 1,000 comments.
Okay.
Overwhelming
Wow.
consensus.
You're bored.
Yes. Men and women can be friends.
Yeah.
But if you think about threads, it's a much younger demographic using them, using Reddit, using these other.
Are you saying I'm not young?
Huh?
Get out of it. Double tap.
Well, one thread was specifically, it was a thread, ask men over 30. And that one had like 400 dudes chime in. Overwhelming consensus was yes, but I would think if you extrapolated that data, 30, I would bet a lot of those dudes are married, which in my brain is when you would naturally go to, of course, men and women can be friends. I'm married.
Yeah.
I don't want to
be anything else.
Right.
Or she knows my Reddit password.
Right. Or
this can
she's
be
watching my shit.
This won't end well.
I guess men and women can be friends.
I think they can.
Just not with women as charming and attractive as Sarah Garner.
Sure.
Right?
Sure. I agree. I think it's just, I don't know. I automatically categorize for me immediately. So I'm just like, would I have sex with you? Sure. And then of course, like you said, would and want is different. So I'll just be like, do I want to? And generally I don't want to because self-esteem thing too, right? So I'll just be like, nah, they probably don't want me. All right. But if the moment arises, hence bathrooms,
see, that's his.
You're
His.
taking the moment. You're taking the moment.
Is the bathroom and not me.
It's not me, Bobby. Yeah. So I think you could be friends. I've had my best friend is a woman and she's polyamorous. I think I said it right. And so I've never wanted to have sex with her. Although when I was younger, she's the one who taught me to clean under my fingernails because women don't want to be fingered with dirty fingernails.
Oh
You say you
God.
get a UTI, man.
I didn't know that. I'm also the same person who's had sex after playing basketball without showering.
I did that too.
Dirty dick gang.
Yep. She for sure got a UTI. What's up? You want to
Oh
leave?
my
You
God.
want to get out of here? What's up?
Oh my God.
They don't teach you that in health class.
No.
Like, hey, you're gonna go hoop.
You know what?
At
This
the
is
Rucker, you
actually-
should shower before you fuck. That's not a section
Nah,
in history.
This is actually-
Health book.
If you lose the game and you're upset about it, you want to have sex.
This is actually an indictment on sex education in America.
Yeah, that's
it
my
is.
deep dive. Sex ed. Are we doing enough?
We
No.
are not. Shower, boys. Shower.
Wash your nuts.
In college, you know how we handled our like learning about. I had to take a health class, and in college, to learn about like menstruation, all that stuff, and the reproduction, they just put on a video of someone giving birth, and it was like,
No.
if you want to do that, do that. Like if you want that,
Yeah.
then do it. And then the guy like walked out. He didn't even stay in for it. He didn't pause. He didn't take questions. Like, hey, what's the little thing? He didn't do none of that. He just was like, boop, and walked out. This is in college. Granted, community college, but college.
No. That's.
That was my health. And you know what's crazy? My health in freaking high school was a little more, asking questions.
Right.
But I take it because we were like younger. So it was motherfuckers in there with kids. Talking about,
Sure.
this got to hurry up. I got to pick my kid up. So it's
Yeah.
like, I know how this works. So I think that was
was
kind of
there.
the perspective from it. He was just like, I got to do this because I have to do this. So I'm just going to do it this way so I get it over with. But I was like, some of us just came out of high school.
Yeah. We need to learn consent and shit.
Yeah, we should learn. Exactly.
Yeah.
Good God. How is that not an entire
It's not.
months worth of lessons?
Never. Never. I remember
If
my.
she's passed out, what do? Jump on top of no, Johnny, don't do that.
You leave the room, Johnny. You leave.
Turn her on her side.
You
Make sure if
fucking
she
go,
throws up,
right?
she won't choke to
You
death.
go home. You
Right.
fucking go home and you masturbate, Johnny.
And
Porn
I feel
is
Tell
free.
her friend to keep an eye on her and then go home.
Johnny's like bad. They have a dummy. He just keeps like inching towards it. Like, you sure? But like, I feel like she's vulnerable, right? No, Johnny, leave.
No, you can get porn on your phone, Johnny. Just go home.
But
no,
go home, Johnny. All right, I'll go home. But if I'm going home and I just don't happen to see another situation, that's God. Motherfucker use religion. That's God putting that in my life. It's like, no, Johnny, you're dumb. Go. But consent should 100%.
No, but it's for real.
You know what's crazy? I didn't learn about, this is how bad the shit is, right? I didn't learn about consent until I started, like, I understood.
Yeah.
But I didn't understand fully until I did, like, BDSM and stuff like that. Till I got deeper into sex.
Oh, well, the people.
Then it was like, oh shit, because it's such thing as a hard nose and soft nose, and a soft nose is just like, you know, if the mood arises, like you make an attempt to do something, and then you got hard nose, which is just like, don't ever, like, if I remember I was messing with a chick and she was like, my neck, I don't ever touch my neck. It doesn't turn me on, it doesn't do anything, just don't touch it. I was just like, all right, cool. I won't even try it. But that's what showed me, like, to ask questions.
Right.
Yeah.
And things.
Yeah.
Before that, I was just like, you want to have sex? Yes. All right, let's have sex.
And then it's like, I'm doing it all, you know?
Yeah. And then you just figure it
to the
out.
point where, like, I don't, like, even for some else, I don't know how to say no to some things. Like, I remember I was sleeping with a girl and she slapped the shit out of me. Like,
really?
during, and I was like, and we slept together for like a while, and like she would just do it, and I never told her, like, hey, could you not fucking punch me in the face every time we fuck? It hurts.
Yeah.
I can't imagine
Like, every time I just be
Like,
like,
what the fuck? Also, why would she hit you in the face?
And that was just a clean jab and snap back.
Yeah, wow.
Hit you like a fucking speed bag.
You should have a therapist on retainer for
real.
Oh, me? Nah.
Push it down, buddy.
Push it down.
I mean, yeah, it's
But everyone, their therapy, we should definitely
we should all have it.
make it normal. But I probably will never
do it.
It could literally, like, they could like
Why
make
not?
it. I don't know.
Why
I think
not?
culturally, it's just a thing that
Speak,
like,
brother. Preach.
Culturally, it's not a thing the black community has pushed for or accepted, and it's just sort of ingrained in me. And maybe it's the Virgo thing. Maybe it's just my stubbornness. I'm like, anything that's going on, I can deal with it internally.
Yeah.
Sure, because I know growing up, it was like therapy was always seen for like crazy people, and that was their thought. It was like, you got schizophrenia, you go to therapy.
Right.
And it's like, maybe I just got feelings.
Look at The Sopranos. Like, if he would have, like, he was scared people find out he was in therapy because they were gonna fucking murder him if they found out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm glad.
Yeah, it is.
I don't think we do that in our community.
No.
It is rooted, I think, a lot of times in like misogyny and in like a need, like an inability or a lack of permission for men to feel things,
Yeah,
right?
Sure.
For sure.
Sure.
And
Rub dirt on it.
in
Pushes
toxic
it down.
masculinity.
Right. I broke my leg in 8th grade, and I broke my leg on a Friday. I didn't get to the hospital till Monday.
Yeah.
Shit like that.
I broke my finger on the field. Well, I pulled it
What
out.
they do? Stab it back in place?
No, they said, hey, do you want to play this week or not?
Right.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I do want to play, coach. And didn't even tape it. Still fucked up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's why my fingers are crooked to this day. Because it's
my foot's wrong because I sprained my ankle in the middle of a dance class and still I think it's pervasive everywhere, right? And like I think we are a society that
just like push it down.
Says push it down, don't care about it.
The show
and I
must
think it's
go on.
worse for men. And I think
For sure.
I think probably, I don't know, but I think for black men it's probably the
worst.
The worst, right? And
well, I can't confirm for other cultures, but being a black man, I could.
And like sometimes we look at it like admirably. Like I was, you know, I think I always hear this story about the phrase "the show must go on." Abbott and Costello are doing one of their radio shows, and literally one of them, their child had drowned in their pool that day.
And he just came in.
And he went and he did the show. It's a radio show, so you can't see him. And he did the whole thing with tears in his eyes. Because the show must go on. And like we look at that, like Amber, like he pushed through, but it's like, you should have gone home.
Well, you should do what brings you peace in that time, right? Like maybe, I think like I've been in situations where something terrible happens and you're like, when my grandmother died,
I'd rather not be at home.
I was like,
Right.
My boss was like, take the day off work, don't come in. And I was like, no, I like need something
to do.
To focus on, yeah.
I can't sit in my own sadness this
Sure.
long, right?
Sure.
And so whatever you do to heal, do that to heal. But I also think people need, like, look, I'm a person who's always like pushed feelings down too. I think that's always been part of my thing. And to just have somebody to give you tools to like get through the day. Like I have an anxiety disorder, and so for me, like having tools to like get through the day when I'm having a panic attack on the subway is like very helpful. And therapy isn't like I'm uncovering repressed memories and shit.
Right.
I actually, spoiler alert, have a search about that. But it's not like uncovering repressed memories. It's like, how do you deal with, I was anorexic for years. Like, how do I like, I can't go without eating. Like, how do I deal with this? You know?
I get that. I have a friend he's the epitome. I call him the epitome of push it down. He comes from New Orleans. That's how he used to say it. Right? He just combined them shits. Right? But he comes from New Orleans, and he was there for Katrina, and he told us out his own mouth, this shit blew my mind, that his elderly mother had drowned when the shit, because a lot of people didn't leave.
Yeah.
And somehow, like, the water had pushed her body out into, like, the thing. So when it started to recede a little bit, there were alligators fighting over her body, and he's seen it.
Goodness gracious.
Oh, my God.
And then he was like, that's just life. No!
I literally am thinking of like, if I was up
my
and like,
God.
shit happened.
Push it down.
So like when my dad died and like he was shot, he was murdered.
my
It was
God.
during finals week. People would see me on campus and be like, hey, I heard what happened. I'd just be like, it happens. And I just walk off. I'm like, I don't want to hear it.
And
That's terrible, technically, but
Yeah.
that's all we know.
That's exactly.
But that's also, it is a reasonable coping mechanism when people are like, hey, heard your dad was shot. And you're like, I actually can't talk about this right now.
Yeah.
Like,
I'd
please
rather
don't
not
approach
go
me
through
on
it.
the
Yeah.
fucking street. But you probably did need a safe place to be able to process the way you
100%
feel about that.
probably
And so
did.
therapy isn't like, I'm going to have emotions all the time. I'm going to walk around and cry every day
Sure.
nonstop. But it's like, oh, do I have a safe place that I can go in and process this feeling? Like, I may need to go out in the world and put on my face and deal with life and I might still have to push it down and like put the wall up. But like, do I have a safe place to like feel those feelings so they don't eat me alive inside? You know?
I mean, me and you, I always bring this up. Me and him had one of the most emotional conversations about our daddy issues, all that.
Oh,
And I think that was the first time he ever told me that story.
Also, I'm really, that's horrible. I'm really sorry.
Shit
That
happens.
but that is really horrible. I'm sorry. that you
Literally,
went through
we
that.
talk about our shit for like, what would you say, like 30 minutes or so?
Nah, it was like 10.
It felt longer because it was
Because
emotional.
it felt like coronavirus. Like,
Yeah.
8 months, but it
You're
feels
like, it
like
was
10
14
years.
days
Yeah.
incubation period.
Yeah, no. It
like
could
a
have been.
fortnight.
It could have been 3 sentences.
It literally was from the walk from the train station. We
To the
dropped off
cor-
Jesse at the bodega, and then like 2-3 blocks later.
And afterwards, we literally had this emotional thing, and then afterwards, just like, what can you do?
Right.
Push it down. And then after that, never talked about it again.
Oh, well,
also, like,
now's the time.
It's something like with like therapy is a weird thing. Like in media, in movies, in television, you never really see. You only see it in sort of like this somewhat negative context.
For sure.
Sure.
Like when you watch a Sopranos or like I was watching Stranger Than Fiction the other day. It's surrounded by this negative connotation where there's something bad that's going to happen, or is a result of therapy.
something.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Gotcha. I mean, this is too many emotions for me.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
You ready?
It's about that time.
Let's
It's about
dive.
that
Are we
time.
About
diving?
that time.
You want to start off? Mine?
Certainly, mine is not going to be good at all. So let me.
Oh,
take
mine's
yours.
fun. I'm excited for mine.
Oh, she is excited.
All right.
I've had a lot of feelings this week.
She's felt a lot. Okay.
I feel like some things hit you right off the bat.
Well, a lot of specific names. Howie Hawkins. Oh, you looking up third-party candidates? I see.
Yo, I like Howie. You know, he was working for UPS at night shift up until 2017. I was like, he's a working man.
Fuck all that. You googled. You just googled lobotomy.
Yo, you know about lobotomy, son?
Yeah, I saw Shutter Island.
I think I could do it.
Get a lobotomy or conduct a lobotomy?
I can.
I think I can. I think you can scramble the brain. No, I don't need it.
Like, you need a lobotomy?
Nah, I think I could like drill someone's, because you got to think about it. Like they weren't doing, how can I put this? They weren't, caring about their people. You know,
so you can just drill into somebody's
drill
brain.
in someone's head. Like they would literally put an instrument in there and just like whip it.
Yeah, they'd like take pieces out.
Yeah,
it happened to a
was
Kennedy,
wild.
Rosemary.
So when I looked this shit up, when I looked up lobotomy, also, if you see, what's that called?
The feminist asylum.
They have a feminist. So back in the day, women, it was kind of ill. In the 20s, they couldn't women, how they felt about women.
Right, we have feelings.
Yeah, there's like, oh, you want to talk? You're mentally ill.
Yeah. Oh my God, you're crying about something because your dad raped you? Like, you're mentally ill. Let's take out a piece of your brain.
Exactly. So they never call. This is what I like about like the woman's one versus the regular like asylums.
Yeah.
They called them ladies. They never called them patients.
Oh, well,
interesting.
that's
And you know what they called the men? Goddamn assholes.
Yeah, bunch of fuckers.
That's the reason they're in there, honestly.
So basically, a lot of them were going there for alcoholism. It was in the 20s because of like prohibition.
Yeah.
And shit. So there was like they was like, you guys have a problem and you're crazy. Come here. So that was that.
Sarah, what is the correlation between Elton John and Princess Diana?
Oh my God, you don't know this? Oh, okay. All right. I have so many thoughts. I have been doing a lot of weird deep dives, but everyone else has been like writing their screenplay, and I've just been like catching up on 50 years of royal family drama. Like that's where I am.
It's more interesting.
Yeah, it really is. So Princess Diana and Elton John were friends, and
makes sense.
So he, when she died, he sang at her funeral. He rewrote his song "Candle in the Wind" and for her, and sang it at her funeral. And I don't want to say I've watched it 12 times in the last 2 days, but I have. Because I feel like if Elton John can get through like that flawless performance of "Candle in the Wind,"
he's good.
America can get through this right now. You know what I mean?
Hopefully.
Like we can get through.
I think you're
moment.
giving America way too much credit. We will never be Elton John.
Yeah.
Ever. Yeah, so they were like friends, and one of her big issues was AIDS awareness. She was famous. Like one of the things that like one of her most famous pictures is her actually like shaking hands with an AIDS patient in the early 90s. And that was when people, there was such a stigma around it then that like people thought you could get AIDS from touching somebody with AIDS. And actually the picture, they like couldn't even show his face. So the patient is like his back is facing the camera because he didn't even want to show his face because it was that stigmatized, and she was shaking his hand. And so like she did so much, for like just AIDS awareness. And I think that was one of the ways that they like got to be friends, and one of the things that he said that he loved about her.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I find crazy with AIDS.
It's a deep fucking You'll also see Diana conspiracy theories Googled in there too.
Oh, they killed her. The streets, that's the streets.
They fucking killed
That's what the streets got.
Every time I think we're getting someone normal on here, someone's like, the moon's made of cheese.
No.
You think black people can't go to space?
Bruh,
That's what he
thing.
You think black people?
No.
There has been black people
It was
gone
a
to space?
rumor that if you've ever smoked a menthol cigarette in your life, that your lungs and the atmosphere literally can't coexist and you will die.
Okay, then the 60s would have never happened.
Yeah.
Right?
That's literally all they did.
Oh, I don't know how many black folks went to. They were smoking Lucky Strikes. Those aren't menthol.
Oh, okay.
But also, it's also wrong. I thought it was backed by science. It's not.
No,
It's
but
a
they
rumor.
killed her.
Side note, I was going through a lot of election stuff.
Yeah, no, I
That
refreshed that a lot.
But at one point, I looked at it. I thought it said erection. And I was like, you just typed in erection?
At some point, I'm so frantic with it, like I can't even type. I
sounds
spelled
right.
Arizona wrong so many times in the past 48
and
hours.
I do appreciate that in the middle. It's like election. Then it's like Leslie Odom Jr. shares New.
Oh yeah, he did
Wait
like a little,
for it
he did a
music
little
video.
remix of Wait For It.
You did have some feelings this week. Look at you.
Yeah.
You don't watch fucking Leslie Odom Jr. and his velvet vocals if
Yeah,
you don't
he
have
was
some
pretty
things to
He's pretty
feel
dope.
about,
Yeah,
you
it's
know?
Pretty dope.
Oh, my
I'm
God.
literally going
That's
through
a
it,
handsome man, too.
and it's
Yeah, bro. No, you don't understand. Like doom scrolling. That's been.
Oh, sweetie. Sweetie.
I
Are you
don't-
sleeping?
No. My whole objective on Tuesday night was to smoke a bowl,
Yeah.
watch Easy A, fall asleep, and wake up to a new world.
Yeah.
But as I'm on the phone with my girlfriend about to say bye, she goes, "Okay, bye. I'll talk to you later." She knows I'm gonna smoke and whatever. And she goes, "Oh shit, Trump just won South Carolina." And then that was literally it.
Oh.
That was the tinder that sparked the wick,
Does-
and I couldn't.
Yeah.
Does she
you know.
realize what she did to you?
Yeah,
I've
she
been
knows
in
what
some
she
Twitter
knows
holes.
what she did.
Yeah, no, it's
I've been in some
all
Twitter holes.
it's all election.
Oh, sweetie.
I gotta, I gotta keep up to date. Bloods versus Wolves. What's
Yeah,
going
what the
on?
fuck?
That's a name of a movie.
Wait, really quick, back up. Mulatto, the rapper,
Yeah, it's a rapper named Mulatto.
That's
She
interesting.
calls herself Big Lotto.
Big Lotto.
Yeah.
Wait.
Is
not
she
very
any
big.
good? Oh, she's not good.
No, she's cool. She's what you expect.
Polling averages. And then Mindy Kaling.
Well,
God.
Then Ed Helms.
You have a weird...
that's okay.
Then
So
the
before
Mindy
the election,
Project.
Oh, he was watching
me
the
and my
Mindy...
girlfriend were watching
Little
the Mindy
Wayne
Project.
Mindy Project.
So
It's a great
one
show.
thing I found interesting about the Mindy Project, at least with this first season I've been watching, is that they give sort of the space for average looking dudes to be seen as very attractive.
Yeah.
Like I'm watching the first
I mean,
10
that's also
episodes
Hollywood.
and like Ed Helms gets this like slow-mo walk in like he's a really hot dude and you've never seen that ever in a
On
television
him?
show.
No.
Mm-hmm.
Besides
Like
him-
they called Mark Duplass from The League. Like everyone who she's like dated in the show so far is, empirically just an averagely attractive guy.
Yeah.
But they sort of hold him up and they sort of normalize average looking men as being handsome in a certain way. What else did you find, freak? Now you're back on like
Yeah.
the weekend.
I love that.
Now, could you read what he looked up?
Does-
Why does smoking weed turn your lips black? And is it
Yes.
permanent? What happened to you? What happened
No.
to
That
you?
happened. I forget when we were watching. I saw someone whose lips were turning black, and that's always a rumor I heard growing up. When you smoke weed,
I got you.
when black people smoke weed, their lips turn black. Like I don't know if you ever looked at. I'm trying to think. Was it Chappelle? It might have been Chappelle. And if you just look at his lips are black.
Interesting.
And I didn't actually read the article, but basically there is a
Wait,
reason
what's this?
smoking weed turns your lips like, hey, I don't like you fuckers double teaming me over there. That's
I
like,
know. Wait,
that's a week's
who's
worth
this
of shit.
kidney? Francia Reza
Oh yeah, no,
kidney?
the
She
girl
missing a
from
kidney?
Grownish.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
She's the
missing a
Hispanic friend
kidney.
from Grownish. She donated her kidney to her friend Selma. Who's the singer?
Oh,
Selena.
Selena Gomez.
She's the
Oh,
one who
that's
donated
so
her kidneys to
nice.
Selena.
That's sweet.
I would donate my kidney for a price.
You're selling your kidney.
Well, then it's
Are
not
you putting it on the
donated.
market here?
Huh?
You're putting it here. Here. You heard it here first.
That's not a donation.
One
It's a
kidney.
donation
You sold it.
for like 3 M's.
3 M's. Nostalgic TV shows.
Oh, so we were invited to a Halloween party or like outdoors, and I had no costume, and
Right.
so I had to try to figure one out with stuff I had in my house.
Were you gonna
It's
go
not
with
that interesting.
Patty Mayonnaise? 'Cause you
No.
just Googled
I
Doug
thought about it.
characters.
Yeah, I looked at that. I was gonna go as Daria, and then I
Ah.
decided since I have blue so that you see Daria,
Mm-hmm.
and I googled Abby Wambach because I'm gay, and there's nothing more that you need than that. But I ended up going as Leela from Futurama because I have purple hair.
Ah, nice.
And no one knew what it was, and it was fine. I
How
don't
did they
care.
not get it? Did you have the? How could you do the one eye though?
I mean, there were like 5 people there, and
Oh,
so
okay, fair enough.
it was fine. And I was like, why am I wearing a costume? This is terrible.
Are you nervous about your student debt?
Oh, sweetie.
Haunting student debt owners on Twitter. Are you
Who's
following
haunting
them?
them?
Let me see that one. I don't actually recall that one. That might have been something. So my girlfriend's very forward thinking and like debt because she's debt free and like she actually she has a nonprofit to like teach
She actually
underserved.
does?
Yeah, to teach like minority groups and underserved, underprivileged demographics
Wow.
how to build transitional wealth
You don't
because it's not a
deserve her.
thing. No, she's
You don't
she's amazing. She's amazing
I
and
love
she's better
her
than
so
me.
much. You can send her to me.
I believe this is something she sent me to read, or a tweet she sent me, and I was just like, I'm gonna be paying debt till I
if you
die.
ain't gonna
Back
use
up,
mine, I'll
bitch.
just take it. Okay.
Let's see. Is New Orleans the only place that buries above the ground? Is that it?
What the fuck?
Mausoleums,
Where-
mosques.
Are you
Mausoleums.
okay?
No, I was just curious because they like that's just a thing because their ground level, their sea level is pretty high.
Right.
So I wanted to know if there's other places, and there are.
I have a lot of thoughts about burials and cemeteries that I'm
What about?
happy
You
to
don't
share
want
at
to?
another time or now. I just think, okay, cemeteries, what a waste. I know it has like religious significance, but
I agree.
What a waste of space,
Yeah.
bitch. Okay, we are in an affordable housing crisis in this
Sure.
city,
Yeah.
in this country, and you're trying to take up how many fucking plots of land
For dead bodies.
for dead people?
I think
Cremate those bitches, put them in an urn, stack them all on top of each other like a nice housing unit, and go see grandma
Make the projects.
there.
Yeah.
For God's sakes, it is such a waste of space,
What's
and
his
it puts
name?
chemicals in the ground.
George Carlin
Yeah.
had one of the best. Where he was like, take all the
It's like all the golf courses.
and turn them into like, because that's the problem.
2 questions for you. One, the judgment of the T-Rex. Were you looking to defend that dinosaur?
I can't fucking remember. Wait, when did
That's
I
a high
say that?
search.
That happened on
Oh,
Thursday.
no. That's about a drag queen.
Oh.
That's there's a lot of drag queen
There's a lot in
searches
here.
I
I also saw Chanel suit men's.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I was writing a tweet and I needed to know who makes men's suits, and I have no idea who makes men's
Steve
suits.
Harvey.
And so I Googled about who makes men's suits, and turns out Chanel doesn't make men's suits, makes women's suits. Not that I could find, but I did find, people who make men's suits. Can I talk about Michelle Remembers?
Oh, please.
It has been on my mind, and I want to talk really hard about it. That's the rabbit hole I fell down like 2 days ago, and it's a book from 1980. Okay, it's a book from 1980 about a guy who does therapy on this woman. So maybe you guys are right to be afraid.
Sure.
Does therapy on this
Makes
woman.
sense.
She uncovers, this is when like repressed memory therapy was a thing, and it's not a thing anymore. My parents are therapists, not a thing anymore. Does repressed memory therapy on her, and she remembers. She's hypnotized. She remembers that her mom was in a satanic cult.
Oh.
What the fuck? It's wild.
Interesting.
I hope I never remember
It's
that.
wild.
Yeah.
I know. And it's like all
Push
this
it
weird shit.
down.
And
Push
they
that shit
okay.
down.
And here's the deal.
Why'd you
They
sing it?
so
I don't know.
they apparently went through this whole therapy thing, and then they ended up married. And so there was some fucking weird shit that happened.
Your mother's in a satanic cult.
Right?
Right.
And then they ended up
Want to go
married.
for dinner? Like,
And
such a weird thing.
they were Canadian, which was a disappointing thing for me to find out as a Canadian.
Christopher, what are the origins of the game Capture the Flag?
Yeah. Oh, wait. Why the fuck?
He has it in his. Yeah, why
Were
the
you trying
fuck,
to
you
play?
weirdo? Playing Capture the Flag
Are
and
you
Red Hook?
okay? Are you part of
Yeah.
satanic cult?
Nah, we just do that on weekends. But it's a part of our rec. So, it's a guy who got the. I don't know if you ever heard of Medal of Honor. You guys looking at something?
Biden is within striking distance of Trump in Georgia,
Oh, I see.
Oh, shit.
and he's down now 65,000 in Pennsylvania,
Oh,
which
shit.
was literally 600,000
Oh no, that's
a
dope.
day ago.
So what was I just talking
Can
about?
we-
Some bullshit about capture.
Nigga, you asked.
I know, sorry, but then
We're talking about the future of democracy, but like, go on with your
go ahead.
capture the
Go with
flag
your
shit.
recess game, Christopher.
No,
Well,
I love you.
it
It's
started
great. This is
with
exciting.
the military. You fucks.
Okay. Why'd you whisper fucks?
Also about
Started with the military, you fucks. dicks.
Because I want it to hurt.
Yeah.
You bunch of dicks.
You
But
assholes.
yeah, so it's a guy who won the Medal of Honor, right? And he got it twice. There's only one person who got shit like twice.
Wow.
And I was like, he must have did some like extraordinary shit.
For sure.
And all he did was capture some flags.
That's it?
Yeah. The first time he captured some flags without a hitch. The second time he got shot in the face.
Did he like not get the mission right? Where they were like, hey, go
No, that was what
those-
so technically.
What
so
flags?
when the Confederate flags. This was Civil War. So
Oh, it was the Civil War. I was like, now?
when you capture the flag back in that day, in that time,
Mm-hmm.
that platoon or whatever is basically like surrenders. They'd be like, you got us. And I was like, I couldn't have been a part of that platoon because I would have still shot you and just took the flag back from it and hung it back up.
Why was war?
So that's kind of a lot of people. There's no real understanding like, oh, this is the real origin, but that's what people. That's the closest thing people think
Right.
is the origin.
So interesting. I love. Wow. Okay, Medal of Honor winner. What else weird shit? Wait, I feel like we haven't seen enough of your weird shit.
Oh,
I don't
goodness.
It's not.
Okay.
It's not that much.
Shit.
How
It's not good because it's just all
Woodrow-
elections.
Yeah, no, it's all election. How Woodrow Wilson tried to reverse Black American progress.
Oh.
So remember when we was just
this is
talking?
good.
Yes, yes, yes,
Before-
yes, 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 yes.
So here's a little insight. We was talking before this, and I was like, remember, we was talking about presidents and shit, and I was like, it's gonna be one thing we find out. So Woodrow Wilson was the one who, when Tesla,
Tesla.
when
Yep,
Nikola
when
Tesla,
Elon Musk was in Oklahoma.
the Oklahoma, they call it riots, I call it a massacre.
Yeah.
And when that happened, in Black Wall Street, the destruction of it, he was in office. Also, this same guy who he was like, yeah, no, Ku Klux Klan is dope. A lot of people think he was actually in the Ku Klux Klan. He's the only person to outwardly be like gang.
Interesting.
He would like go to like their like funerals and shit and like show face and just be like, these my niggas. Like he would go there the way Bloods show up at other
Right.
Bloods funerals. And so just figuring that out and going through the thing. So when you go, it started like in the 60s with the Knicks. No,
Oh no, it started.
it started way before that.
I mean, everything that America has done has basically been rooted in racism
for sure.
and white
So
supremacy.
When I saw that and I was like, I think his wife supposedly killed him, and I was like, yeah, I hope she fucked a black guy before she did it.
Oh, I hope she did too.
Yeah, and I hope, and I don't usually care about penis size, but I hope he had the biggest dick. Like just the like
I hope she came for the first
egregious of dick. Like he just had too much dick for himself. I don't know how I can hold this, boss. Why did I make him a slave? God damn it. That was only, I don't know how to make a 20s
Wow,
accent.
that's crazy. I had no idea
Yeah,
that.
so that's what
I
I
actually
looked
thought
up.
there'd be more presidents though that were like
There
Klan
are
allegiance.
more that they assume, but he was like
Only
one
Like
out.
outward-facing
our-
one?
Yeah, let me read something.
other than our current president.
Right.
Let me
Another old Donnie.
read this. This is an actual quote from Woodrow Wilson. I let the black man read because I don't want them to ever think that
No, that's thank you.
you know what I mean?
Taken out of context.
Yeah.
The white men were roused by a mere instinct of self-preservation, until at last there had sprung into existence a great Ku Klux Klan, a veritable empire of the South to protect the Southern country. Woodrow Wilson.
Fuck, dude.
Cool
Did
guy.
he do anything else other than be
Real
super
quote.
racist?
Real quote. This isn't I don't know, he was a president. That's really all.
New Jersey governor, I believe.
Yeah.
Oh, was he really?
I think
Yeah,
that's what I
he
just
went
wrote.
to Robert E. Lee's
Grandson's funeral. No?
yeah, and was like showed face.
Was
and,
he-
and it was as president. It's like, why are you going? They lost.
Yeah,
so.
those
Was he
were,
the
they were
one-
traitors.
Yeah.
Was he the one that they were trying to get? That
Killed?
they were
They
trying
should've.
to get like the building not to be not named after him anymore at Princeton.
I would
Is that
hope
the
so.
one?
I don't
You could- might
think
be.
so, but it should. Can you imagine saying, "Oh, I live in the Woodrow Wilson houses.
Yeah.
Water never works."
Right.
Jesus.
The walls say "nigga" on it. It's like
Right.
real fucked up. And he's like, "We got to do this. It's the name."
That's so.
And he was a president. People voted for him.
Well, yeah, but you know the even shittier thing is that it is 2020 and people are still voting for white supremacists
For sure.
over and over and over
For
again.
69 million to count right now.
Fucking believe,
For
you know,
sure.
and it's not like every system is rooted in white supremacy.
Yeah, no, it hasn't changed. It's one of those things where it's like,
and then the people are like avowed white supremacists.
it's sad. I don't like what you clicked.
I'm sorry.
On a
God,
lighter
we're in a
note-
dark place
On
now.
a lighter note, Chris, you Googled, who do you call when someone dies at home?
Oh my God.
Everything okay, brother?
Are you?
Burials on time. Woodrow Wilson.
He's like, do I need to
I
buy
wanted
a
to know
plot for when
because
I die?
I always thought, I was like, who do you call? You can't call like Ghostbusters. Like, who do you call exactly?
I've actually wondered that same question of like, what if I find somebody dead?
I have something that's much lighter, and you click the darkest shit.
Is it the attack on Pearl Harbor? Is it that?
It's like, remember that it was a
And
stitch,
the Korean War?
slapper.
And the Korean War?
Let's go under that. Read this one.
How do her?
No.
How do herpes? Is that what you're saying?
Read this
Chris
one.
Bazemore. How do
How
herpes?
do, how do herpes?
He is how do herpes.
What did that say?
Do people trust people with no upper lips? Do I have not?
Sometimes
Is
I'll
that
be
a white
watching
people thing?
a
That
lot.
seems like it might be a white people
You
thing.
have it's
It is.
definitely a white people thing. You have a lip.
So
Thank
brightside.com has who you should trust. What they say, scientists reveal what the shape of your lips. See, I look up regular things too.
That ain't regular, nigga.
You trust
I don't know
niggas
that
with
that
thin
would be
lips? I don't
regular.
trust you, motherfuckers. You
No,
can't-
I don't trust.
God,
people
I
with
just
it.
look
Like,
up musicals.
Voldemort didn't have lips.
Exactly. I feel like Hitler didn't have lips.
People
don't think he did.
possessing lips shaped like this were simply made to look at. What?
This is
What
the streets-
research backs this shit up?
If your lips look like
Brightside.com? What the
this-
fuck? That sounds like a shitty treatment center.
Then you may spend a lot of time when you're a child feeding stray kittens or
I
helping.
do that.
Do what? You feed stray kittens?
Oh,
For sure you do.
street kittens all
But-
day.
but
My
you're-
cat Xena
All
came
day,
from an
son.
alley.
But you're a white woman. So, like, that's a white woman thing.
That is a white woman thing. For
That's
sure.
more white.
All right. Okay. Thank you.
The upper lip is larger than the lower one. Person who has lips like this is simply put a drama queen. You got upper.
Yeah. What are my?
I believe my lower lip is bigger.
Nah, you're about
Not-
even.
Even?
Yeah.
Almost.
Wait. What are my lips?
Non-existent. No, I'm kidding.
Oh wow.
No, you have lips.
Thank you.
You're not one of the
They're
whites.
not huge.
Wow. If you have lips like this, you were born to do office work. I think I have those lips.
Yeah, you do have those lips.
Those like her mouth is like puckered. That's like
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's Karen lips.
Ordinary lips.
Ordinary lips. Often those are balanced, common sense approach of resolving any task placed in front of them. Thin lips.
All right, read me.
Here we go.
bitch. Read me.
People with thin lips are, as a rule, often loners. They like it that way.
Oh God.
You fucking lonely
Wait.
turd.
Do I have a sharp? I feel like I have a sharp one of those things.
Cupid's
Yeah,
bow?
no, for sure.
Yeah,
I have
you have a
sharp-
very
okay,
defined
all right,
Cupid's
this
bow.
is me. Okay. Fuck that loner shit.
I got friends, son.
This kind of person is 100% creative down to their fingertips. Tell me, do I have a sharp or no?
I think for how big your lips are, you're gonna pretty
I
defined.
mean, we creative out here,
Yeah,
son.
you don't have one.
I don't, but I also
Really?
cut my lip. If you can see this thing here,
There's a
I
scar.
cut the shit
It
out
says a upper lip without the whatever that word
The
is.
most responsible and reliable on the planet, except when they're talking to their exes.
of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wait, they
Yeah.
wrote that shit?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And their names is Chris Reiter.
That's-
Said that. You probably shouldn't trust them. And people with around it petulium.
Yeah, I think you have one of those.
I think mine is sharp. A little
No,
sharp.
it's not that sharp.
You know,
I don't
you
think
a
it's that
hater.
sharp.
You took it away. You gave it to me and took it away.
Anyways, you're probably sensitive, compassionate, and kind. I think
Gangster.
that's true.
I'm gangster,
I
son.
see you as all of those
She
things.
said all those synonyms, and you was like, "Yeah, it's gangster."
No, I said I'm gangster. I'm not compassionate. You can't be
Compassion
compassionate
can be
gangster.
gangster.
No, you can't be a compassionate gangster. I
don't
sip
know.
wine with my pinky up because
You're
that's-
drinking fucking Riesling. You offered me a white woman Riesling.
You
and
did
you're like,
do
"You
that.
You're like, would you like
Run
some?
the tape back.
I mean, in a
Riesling.
time like this, I'm trying to race relations. White women like Riesling.
we do.
We had Riesling. You want some Riesling? That was how.
He's like, oh, Sarah, Sarah, would you care for some Riesling?
Would you care for some Riesling?
Did I become
darling?
British? Miss Sarah?
This is from Trader
This is a
Joe's.
2007 Trader Joe's $4 Riesling.
It's
I
actually-
sprung for
actually
the
about
$4, Chuck. Since you're my friend.
Just put it out there. That's actually
have it in your
seven.
paper,
That's
Paul?
$18.
Wait, it's $18?
Yeah.
This Riesling?
Yeah.
Okay, bitch. He's
Man,
employed.
No. But on that note,
He's on unemployment.
that's the government. I would like for you to let the people know once again, because you've been here, and for sure, if you haven't, you should definitely. I think it's episode 43.
Wow.
I think so. I edit them, so that's why I know.
Oh, yeah, that's how you know.
Definitely check her out, and her information is Patel.
Oh, yeah.
Don't trust her; she got thin lips.
I'm on Instagram at Sarah Garner Meow. And I'm on Twitter at Sarah Meowvelis. And also, I am just trying to be more like you guys. And my podcast is going to be coming out in the next month.
There we
It's
go.
called Cheers for Queers. It's about exploring gender and sexuality with a bunch of great guests. And so you
Dope.
should check that shit out.
For sure, check that out. Chris is going to be on it because he's in the closet.
I mean, I would love to talk about toxic masculinity with you guys. I feel like
For
we could
sure.
talk to continue
Yeah, for
this
sure. He has
conversation
it.
for sure.
You're gonna look at me, go like, "That's not right." And he's gonna be like, "Sometimes you gotta be like Johnny."
No, Johnny.
y'all.
No Johnny. No Brox.
Look. We're gonna try to get the emotions out of them. Then
Ain't gonna happen.
I love it.
Oh,
It's
yeah, no.
beautiful.
Only on stage,
Yeah.
and then I go and cry in the back.
See you both as really kind and compassionate people.
Nah, I'm gangster.
I'm very kind, but I don't like to talk about it.
Yeah,
You don't like to
don't
talk
have
about being kind.
Yeah. I want people knowing the nice things I do. Like that shit's secret.
Yeah, but I do nice things, and I want acknowledgement for it from just that person. Just like I did this nice thing
That's
for
so
you.
nice.
Say I did it.
Okay.
Like say thank you.
That Riesling, offering me Riesling was really nice.
Thank you. Say thank you. I bought you a gift.
I did say thank you, bitch.
You did actually, and you was really excited. Well, on that note, thank you guys all the time. Definitely check Sarah out. Don't trust his lips. Kind of trust hers.
Mine are
If you're a
Beautiful
kid.
lips. You have really nice lips.
Thank you.
They're black as shit.
Oh, that no, they ain't no damn black. I got
Too much weed.
They're not black.
On that note, peace out.
That was my thing.
Then say it.
Peace out.